Hello there everyone, it is me Shadow Leon 659 once again, and today I would like to talk about the top 10 movies I enjoy that most people hate, because every once in a while I would love to express my unpopular opinion. So anyway, here are the top 10 movies I enjoy that everyone else hates. Number 10, the 2003 Daredevil movie. The director's cut of the 2003 Daredevil movie. I think that this movie is fan-freaking-tastic for what it is. Because, unlike other superheroes at the time and everything, it shows the consequences of what it's like being a superhero and everything. I really did like the dark and gritty nature of the movie. And I really did love the cinematography and whatnot. And I have never understood the hate for Ben Affleck's, should I say, performance as Daredevil and everything. I think he was a great casting choice and brings the character of Matt Murdock / Daredevil to life. Plus, I think that this movie had the best live action version of Kingpin, that being Michael Clark Duncan and whatnot, before, the guy from the Netflix show took his place and whatnot. And then of course we have Colin Farrell's Bullseye, who is pretty much fun and everything. So yeah, that is the 2003 Daredevil movie. I don't think it's as bad as everyone makes it out to be, and I think it's damn good for what it is. Number 9, Jurassic Park 2 and Jurassic Park 3. Yeah, I've already mentioned this for Jurassic Park 2, that back in the day I had mixed feelings on it and whatnot, but after the travesties that were Fallen Kingdom and especially Dominion, it made me finally grow appreciation for this movie and whatnot, in where I've started realizing that this movie is much better than I give it credit for. And I really do like how we expanded on the Jurassic Park lore by introducing Isla Sorna and new dinosaurs like the Stegosaurus, the Compies, the Pteranodons, even though they appear at the very end, and several other dinosaurs I may or may not know. Pete Postlethwaite's Roland Temple is a badass, and I really love the San Diego, should I say, rampage in the third act and whatnot. And of course I am always going to counter this argument by saying, well, if Nick and Sarah had just let, should I say, the Indian hunters take the dinosaurs back to mainland, none of this would have happened. Regardless, we saw the T-Rex rampage in San Diego, so I don't buy that. And besides, Peter Ludlow either way would have put more people's lives at risk. And let us talk about Jurassic Park 3. Yeah, I know this is the most divisive film in the franchise and gets a lot of backlash and everything, but why I like this movie so much is because it is a fun B-movie. And that's exactly what it decides to be nothing more than a fun B-movie. Because hey, at least it embraces, should I say, the tone for what it is and whatnot. And Sam Neill as Alan Grant is still great for what he is and everything. Number 8, Volcano and Dante's Peak. Yeah, let us talk about Volcano. I think Volcano is a fun disaster movie that pays tribute to old school 1970s disaster movies. Tommy Lee Jones gives a fantastic performance as, should I say, Rourke, and Anne Hayes is also good in the role as the young geographer. Keith David as Ed Fox is pretty good in the role, and he reminds me of the character of Sergeant Foley from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. And I really love how the stakes are at an all-time high, and where everyone is rushing against the clock to stop a volcano from devastating LA and everything. Alan Silvestri's score is fan-freaking-tastic. And to all those people who say that's unrealistic, a volcano can't erupt in LA, What do you expect? This is a movie. It's not supposed to be some kind of geographical documentary and everything. It's just a movie that knows what it is. And then you also have Dante's Peak, which I think is a pretty intense and exciting volcano movie and everything. Pierce Brosnan and Linda Hamilton in the lead roles are fantastic. And I really do like the movie's action set pieces and whatnot, whereas Volcano was the fast-paced action movie, Dante's Peak takes more of a slow burn. But between the two, I personally prefer Dante's Peak over, should I say, Volcano. But regardless, I enjoy both movies for what they were and everything. If you want to know more thoughts on my, should I say, reviews of those two films, go watch those videos that I did a while ago. Number 7. Amazing Spider-Man 2. Now, before you people get your pitchforks and torches, I don't believe that this movie is as bad as everyone says it is. Granted, it does have plenty of its flaws and everything, like they shouldn't have rushed the entire story and focused more on the character dynamics, because when the movie focuses on the character dynamics between, should I say, Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy, the relationship between them is actually fleshed out and whatnot. And this movie at the time was the best looking of the Spider-Man movies because of its amazing cinematography and visual effects work. Hans Zimmer's score is kick-ass and everything. And of course, I think that Jamie Foxx as Electro was pretty good and menacing at the same time. I don't think his performance is quite as bad as many people say it is. Number 6. Anaconda. This is also another film that I don't really get quite the hate. I mean, yes, there are certain things that prevents it from being a masterpiece, but I wouldn't call this movie a masterpiece. It knows what it is and it embraces the campy B-movie tone and whatnot. It's basically a love letter to, those old school B-movies and everything. And I really did love Randy Edelman's score. Jon Voight gives an amazing performance as Paul Sauron and is pretty much the highlight of the film. The cast also do a good job in their respective roles, like Jennifer Lopez, Ice Cube, and Eric Stoltz, even though he's not in the movie that much. Jonathan Hyde got plenty of laughs out of me, and I really did love the setting in the Amazon. Number 5, Congo. Congo was pretty much a love letter to, should I say, those old 1930s and 1940s pulp movies and whatnot. I don't care what people say of whether it's faithful to the novel and whatnot. I just love how much of a fun adventure movie this is, and it's one of those movies that pushes the PG-13 boundaries and everything. And of course, Congo was pretty much, should I say, riding in on the success of Jurassic Park. And yes, I know it wasn't gonna live up to the highs of Jurassic Park, but it ended up being what it is, being a fun adventure movie. And Tim Curry as Homoka is actually enjoying himself. And let us not forget to mention Ernie Hudson as Monroe Kelly. And I really did love his great one-liner of, "I am your great white hunter, who so happens to be black." I don't find that joke offensive at all. I find it pretty funny for what it is. And this is the end of part 1. Stay tuned for part 2. Shadow Leon 659 signing out.